Today we'll be talking about creative privacy ideas that go way beyond just planting a hedge at the edge of your property. Whether you're working with a completely open space, a tiny patio, a narrow side yard, I hope you'll walk away with fresh design strategies to help you create privacy and structure so you can enjoy your outdoor space all year long. My name is Amy, and over at Pretty Purple Door, I help home gardeners design landscapes that are uniquely you. Before you buy anything or start planting, take a look at your space and ask yourself, where do I need the most privacy? Is it on your patio, near your hot tub, near the back door? Who are you actually screening from? Who do you need the privacy from? From upstairs windows of a neighbor, from street traffic, from a nosy neighbor that's peeking over your fence? Designing with privacy in mind starts with identifying those key hotspots on your property. You don't need to block everything. So we want to make sure that we're focusing on the most important areas that are key to you living privately in your space. I think it's safe to assume that most people believe that the only way to create privacy is adding a fence or some sort of evergreen hedge to the edge of your property. And while an evergreen hedge or super tall fence are both options, there are other options for along that fence line. So I'm going to go over those options first, and then I'm going to go over some potentially even better solutions for creating privacy that don't involve surrounding your house with a fortress, especially if you don't need that level of privacy like most of us probably don't. So along the fence line, one great option if you need that little bit taller privacy height is to add a structure that isn't necessarily completely opaque. In this example here, there's a beautiful stone wall, and then above that, there's a trellis. So you can see a little bit through that screen, but it does create a really nice sense of privacy. This tree is taking up virtually zero space in the lawn, but its large canopy extends far above the fence line. So when you strategically place things like this, it can be a really great option for blocking a neighbor or a second-story view. Similar to trees, rambling vines that grow along a trellis, along a fence, along an arbor can also create beautiful and functional privacy screens. You can also purchase artificial greenery privacy screen panels like this for instant privacy from your neighbors. These come in squares of like 20 by 20 inches and they snap together and can be purchased in sets. This is a really great option if you need privacy like yesterday and you can't afford a full fencing solution. A tall arbor that has a little hat or a roof on the top like this is also a really great solution, especially if you're trying to create privacy from somebody that's looking in from above. So like I said, these options at the fence line, they're not the only solution, but they definitely are a good solution in some cases. Another option, and my preferred option in most cases, is to create privacy structures that are closer to actually where you need the privacy. This is usually more cost effective than fencing an entire property or purchasing a huge row of those evergreen shrubs or trees. When the privacy is closer to you, it doesn't need to be as large or as obstructive to be really, really effective. So again, let's focus on the key area where you need that privacy and look at some other solutions that may work for you. These decorative metal fence panel inserts can give you privacy and also something beautiful to look at while you're dining outside. Another great option here on the right is weaving curtains in and out of the roof of an existing pergola or gazebo. This can give you more privacy from above. Again, those neighbors that might be looking down from a second story, while not completely blocking out all of the sunshine and the fresh air that you enjoy when you're outside dining. You can also use old windows, decorative doors, slatted panels as vertical accents. Even a bubbling fountain adds privacy by masking sound, and it can make your space feel really secluded and nice if you have that noise barrier as well. This is another decorative metal panel that's actually framed by beams and raised to a higher height. This can be a really beautiful focal point in your landscape, and also it's strategically placed to hide an ugly view or create that privacy where you need it. So privacy screens and fences don't have to be ugly. They can actually be created into a focal point while also creating a functional space for yourself. Something as simple as an outdoor movie theater can also create privacy if you place it strategically, and it combines that need for privacy with a functional element of your landscape that you can also use and enjoy. Here's another great example. It's just a very large metal galvanized planter filled with a tall grass or even bamboo inside of a container like this would work to create privacy from a neighbor or a deck or something that you're trying to block. I think this one's really ingenious. It's just a piece of lattice, a privacy screen that's been outfitted with wheels so it can be moved around your yard where your privacy is needed most. And if your budget is super limited, this is another option. You can just make a simple frame out of PVC pipe and attach a curtain or a sheet to it in a pretty color or a pattern. You may need to put some rocks on top of the feet to hold this in place, but that's a really small price to pay to regain your privacy, I think. If you're looking for something a bit more stylish, wattle fencing can be a great option. It creates privacy with beautiful and naturalistic material. These can be placed along fence lines like in the photo on the right, or you can just have one single panel like in the previous examples that creates a privacy nook or even an area that feels a little bit more private from the rest of your yard. Obviously, you can use plants as well. So I like to strategically place layered plantings that help with privacy. You can see here in the center, there's a conifer that's very tall in the center. So what I usually do is I will sit on the deck of the person who I'm designing for and actually figure out where exactly that tree needs to be placed and then create a garden bed of beautiful plants around that. And just to point out, you don't always need to use evergreens in this situation, although it's great to have that privacy in winter. If you don't really need it, you can just put a really nice focal point tree in that space, and that will create privacy for 3 out of the 4 seasons, and it would be open in the winter. Just another example, if you don't need that winter privacy because you're not outside at that time, here's some deciduous shrubs and other plants that are creating a nice privacy barrier with a layered look as well. This area is surrounded by a lot of different plants and even has a structure over top of where the dining or seating area is. So you can layer different types of privacy solutions together to create a look that's really functional. Layering different types of plants like evergreens and deciduous shrubs that have different heights while strategically placing them to block out privacy is really the key here when you're using a lot of different plants combined with structures, but you can create a really unique look with this. And if you struggle for what to plant together to get that layered look that I'm talking about, I do have a free Master the Mixed Border guide that walks you through exactly how to do this. This is free. It includes a checklist and design tips to help you create layered plantings that look great and offer year-round structure. You can grab it at prettypurpledoor.com/master or click the link in the description below. So let's talk about some solutions for actual outdoor rooms, how to create more privacy in an area that you use a lot, either for dining, or maybe it's a pool area or a hangout space that you want to feel more private. For this, you can try framing the area because garden rooms, I like to call them rooms, just like you would have an indoor room of your house, you can have outdoor rooms in the garden rooms. So garden rooms consist of floors, walls, and ceilings. And I think most people are okay with the floor part, like you put down a stone patio or you have a wooden deck or something like that. But I think a lot of people forget that you can also put walls or ceilings up to create that room and frame it in. Now, the walls don't have to be the same height as the ones in your house for them to be effective. And the same with the ceilings. They can be open air or have some spaces in them. It doesn't have to be completely blocked off like you're inside of a shed or something to be effective. In this example, the pergola has both walls, which has trellis on it that isn't 100% opaque. So there's definitely spaces you can see through. And then there's other spaces that are completely open. And then it has a structured roof on top. I like to say that when you design intentionally, privacy becomes a byproduct of good design, not something that you throw in later. So arbors and pergolas with roofs on them can really create a lot of privacy and would be something I might suggest if you were starting from scratch and just initially planning out your landscape. This is especially important if you have houses that are 2 stories high next to you that can look down from those windows. Again, that second story privacy can be really difficult to solve. So thinking about that when you're initially designing your space is a really good idea. So let's look at some more options that are permanent structures in your landscape that can help with privacy and also be really beautiful and functional. Here there's a stone fireplace and you could actually build this to block anything that's behind that fireplace. So you can use that fireplace structure to block out an ugly view or a nosy neighbor or something like that. And the roof line and having a full finished roof on top really adds more privacy to this space as well. You can also create privacy and a sense of enclosure in a space with raised beds like this. These would be considered the walls of an outdoor room. So this is a really great option, especially if you add a trellis to the back of these raised beds or these seating areas and plant some vines up the top of it. It can really block out a lot of views and still be really functional and really pretty. Another great option, and I use this even in my own home, is to install blinds on a porch area. This is a really easy, it's super cost-effective solution to privacy issues. I actually do it on my front porch. Plus, what I love is that I can raise these blinds and lower them as needed to control how much privacy I need or want at that time. I love this option so much on the screen right here. It's a combination of adding some lattice and then also some curtains together. This is really, really beautiful and a really easy thing to do if you already have an existing wooden deck. You can just hire a contractor to come out and install this for you. This would be a really quick solution and not super expensive if you already have the deck in place. And again, I just love this combination. I think that it's sophisticated and it doesn't feel like you're just putting up a huge fence to block your neighbors. It feels a little bit more welcoming and homey. Here's another great option with curtains, and really easy to implement this. Choosing an interesting color or a fun texture can really add a lot of personality to a space. So I just love how they went all out with hot pink in this space. I think it's really cool. And simply placing your furniture in an already private area of your yard can be a great solution. So if you're planning your space right now, try to find the most secluded area of your yard and actually plan to put your seating in that space. I know it sounds really obvious to do this, but sometimes when we're looking at our own spaces, it's really easy to not think about things like this. So I just wanted to throw it out there. You don't have to spend a ton of money to create privacy when you already have private areas in your space. You just have to plan around those spaces. Maybe you already have it, right? So whether you're dealing with close neighbors or you just want a really peaceful retreat in your yard, I hope that you found something on this list that was right for you. Remember, if you want help creating those layered plantings that look great and provide privacy, don't forget to grab my free Master the Mixed Border Guide. You'll find a link to that in the description below. If you're ready to take privacy a step further, check out my next video. It's all about the biggest privacy design mistakes to avoid so you don't waste your time or money on things that won't actually work for your space. I'm going to link it right here on the screen, and I'll see you over in the next video.